Let's Learn Play ADHC, the place to be to develop your skills and grow your potential. So today's video is how to grow a career in Switzerland. I've made many videos on very similar topic. I will link below a video I've done on the criteria we'll talk about today. Criteria to check if you have the right skills and the right experiences and so forth to find a job in Switzerland. This is something I use all the time. It's good also for you because I get a lot of questions saying, can I get a job in Switzerland? And if you use this criteria I put in my other video, you will know. You will know if you're close to getting a job or if there's no way. So typically, some of the things. So today what I want to do is really address what is your potential. So check this grid, what is your criteria. So step number one is by looking at this grid, again, the video I will post at the end, you will find out if you have maybe 10% chance, 50% chance, which is really what people are looking for when I see the messages. Is really, do I have a 0 chance, a 50% chance, a 100% chance? Because then I can completely understand that if you have a 0% chance, you don't even need to book me for a one-to-one because there's not much I can do. If you have no languages, you're far away, you have not the right experiences, etc., and you multiply, the weaknesses, so to say, to work in Switzerland, then there's not much I can do, and I'll be very transparent about it. However, if you do the criteria and you realize you have 80% chance, then maybe booking someone like myself for a one-to-one will be, putting you a little bit further to get that job offer. So I completely understand people need criteria, and this is what I've done in this other video. So how to grow a career. Number one, check your potential in the video. I've linked down below. Number two, position yourself at the right level. So if you're sending your resume for senior jobs that are too senior or too junior, it's not going to work. It's not a good strategy. And I know people tend to think that maybe if they downgrade their resume, which I hate this phrase of downgrading a resume, but they think, well, if I downgrade my resume, maybe I have a chance to get the assistant role or the internship role or the volunteer role. It's not really a good idea to look at it that way. I think you should always position yourself at the right level for yourself, and that's how you get credibility. And if you don't have credibility, you're not going to get hired. So again, I'm not saying sometimes doing an internship could be a good way if you're young to get your feet wet, so to say, to get experience with one company that will give you a good review, and then you can move on to a paid job, hopefully sooner rather than later. But in general, downgrading yourself is not a good idea. And again, I can look at specific cases if you book me and if you decide to work with me on your job search. We can look at your particular situation, and then I would have to see, what's a good strategy for you based on your level. But usually not a good idea to downgrade yourself. So that's number two. And number three is develop your skills right now. If you want to get hired in Switzerland, you need skills. You need knowledge. You need to have, of course, languages, but you need to understand the market. So you need to prepare yourself to be the type of employee that Swiss companies want. So if you're, doing training that's not relevant for Switzerland, it's not going to help you. So you need to understand, again, that's why I'm saying understanding the market. Look at job boards. Job boards will tell you what Swiss companies want. Look at JobUp or jobs.ch. You can do a scan through of Switzerland and see, what jobs are advertised. That gives you an idea of what's needed out there. Are people looking for accountants? Are people looking for engineers? And I've said this in many videos, go for jobs where technology is involved, because that's the way of the future. The back office type of roles are dying slowly, or being replaced by technology. So if you're an assistant, that's not really a long-term career. So if you're young and you still have 30 years or 40 years to work, I would strongly suggest that you start training yourself in something a little bit more longer term, with longer term potential that involves some type of technology. And again, you can look at websites and job boards to see what's in demand, and maybe that gives you ideas. So to recap, check my criteria video to see how you fare in terms of 10% chance or 100% chance to find a job. position yourself right, and develop your skills. Keep learning new things, keep putting yourself out there as a person of knowledge. So hope this was helpful. Feel free to comment, and I'll talk to you soon.